beautiful people. Sanibonani bantu bamabahle, and welcome to episode 3 of Johanna Can Talk. Hope you're feeling good today. Hope you're feeling fine, bright, beautiful, and lovely on this gorgeous, beautiful, sunny day. Let's dive into the first topic of the day, which is fashion focus, which is my absolute favorite of all topics, okay? And that's why I start with it. But my topics don't go like according to order, but fashion focus is my favorite topic because I absolutely love clothes. I love everything fashion, style, you know the deal. So first, I mentioned fashion focus. For today's fashion focus, we've got Pilela G. She's Pilela G on Instagram. Because I don't want to butcher it. She's also a YouTuber, and her style is just too cute. I absolutely love it. Cute is actually putting it mildly because her style, she is more of a capsule wardrobe kind of girl. So she believes in, she's got a whole video on her YouTube channel as well. She believes in buying items, like specific items to suit your wardrobe, things that will last like years. So just buying good proper quality items that will always like come back to trend, things that you know will always stay in trend and will always look good year in, year out, season in, season out. Your trench coats, your leather pants, you know, things like that. So I absolutely love her style because her style is very trendy, edgy, yet sophisticated and sexy as well. I absolutely love that about her. As you can see on screen, like her fashion sense is quite simple, yet elegant, yet sophisticated, yet sexy. You know, she ticks all the right boxes when it comes to the fashion sense, and I absolutely love Pilela. Even the way she carries herself like a lady, at the same time remembering that she is sexy at that. So she's definitely a sexy mama, and I absolutely love her fashion sense. So Pilela is our fashion focus for today, so definitely check her out, and I say mwah, 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 kisses to her fashion. So if you're somebody who's also looking into how to dress classy and maybe you want to change your style or incorporate certain pieces, I would recommend that you go check Pilela on her YouTube channel. I'm scared to say her surname, guys. I'm gonna be Buchara. So yeah, just check her out. I'll put her YouTube, or should I put the link? Okay, I'll put the link on the description box, the link of that actual video that she did on her channel, so that you guys can go check it out and see the kind of items. It's actually a good video. I watched it and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, that's that on fashion focus. Let's jump into corporate conversations, the serious talk, dun dun dun. Let's dive into it, guys. So topic of today for corporate conversations is, when do you know it's time to leave that toxic job? Let me just say this before I start talking, guys. Now, when I plan this segment, all I do is I just generally write the topic, and everything else that I say or speak about regarding the topic is something that is from my head. So basically I'm speaking from my head and my heart. I don't write like everything down. I just put pointers, and then based on those pointers, then I just, pour myself into you and this topic. So yeah, corporate conversations. When do you know it's time to leave that toxic job? I feel like it's very important to speak from a place of experience, because it's easier to make reference it's easy to make reference on something that you know and something that you've experienced before, to speak on something that you have seen, go see, ngamehlo wakho, and experienced. It's way easier to do that. So I feel much more comfortable speaking about things that I know that I've experienced, right? So throughout the years, guys, let me say this. I've been working in corporate. I started working when I was 17 years old. I'm 35 years old now. I left my corporate job in March. We're in August. Sorry, in May. We're in August now, right? And so you can only imagine. So in between that time, I've had like short spaces of time whereby I've been unemployed. The longest that I was unemployed was 2024. I think it was almost 9 months, 10 months, I could have had a baby. It was almost 9 months, 10 months that I was unemployed. So that throughout the years that I've been working, since I've been 17 years old, and mind you, I finished matric at 17 years old. By October, we were done with exams. By November, I had started volunteering at the spot, and we got paid stipends, right? So it's been all these years, so you can only imagine what I've been through. I've worked for various companies, from banks to private companies, I've never worked for public space. Yeah, I've never worked for public. It was only when I was volunteering, but now I wasn't really working for the government. I was working for an organization. So yeah, that's different, So I've been around kinda. So I think it's safe for me to say that I do have some sort of experience when it comes to different kinds of working spaces and working environments, all right? When it comes to corporate specifically, guys. So I have to say, for me, things that I would see that really just like push me to the edge was no. Now I need to leave. This is just not for me. First of all, the one that really, really irks me is favoritism. Favoritism ikhona, mara when it's obvious, it just becomes a problem, Favoritism to a point whereby you can see it with lo muntu lo uyafavor, anything. It can be from like when you're in a sales environment whereby the manager or the team leader would give the favorites leads. They would give them like better leads to cold call or to call, so that they convert those leads into like sales and close those deals and things like that. And these favorites become top performers, not because of only the skill that they have, but because managers and team leaders then assist them in making those in making those deals possible, because they're giving them the good leads, and the bad leads are then given to the rest of the people in the workspace, and it's completely unfair. Favoritism when it comes to pay grade. It's really, really sad to be in an environment whereby you are deemed less of a favorite because of, I don't know, what makes a person a favorite. I don't know the criteria and what it takes to be a favorite in a company. So it's just weird for me. But when now you're the favorite and you get better pay, that for me is just like, why are we doing that? At the end of the day, it's unfair. When it comes to social gatherings, people are treated a certain way, you're ignored. I believe that it's very important for, when you're a manager, when you're in a managing role or a leadership role, team leader role, any role that requires you to be a leader. Yes, we are all leaders in our own right, but when you are given a leadership role and that is your role to portray, it's very important that you're inclusive of of your team and everybody else that is around who is not in that ranking of team leader or manager. You cannot be in a setting and you're excluding other people because you feel that you are in a higher position. For me, that is a red flag. That is a sign of toxicness in a workspace. You understand? when there's a lot, I know there's a lot of gossip in Msebenzini, but when the gossip is between now management and employees, also for me that becomes a problem, because it means there's a rat, there's a rat somewhere, and there has to be a level of respect and a level of being neutral. Where do you set the boundary? Where do you set the boundary as a manager where where you don't, because there is venting, and which, I mean, rightfully so. In the workspace, you want to vent, you want to be able to have people that you go to spew out whatever it is that you're feeling, and but when it comes to a point whereby there's no boundaries and there's no line, and the lines are being blurred and crossed, now it becomes like weird, because if management is going to talk ill of the upper management that they report to, it's scary, because now what do they say about you when they get there to the upper management? Because mind you, these are the people that they report to. So sometimes I find managers, they only vent because they want you to reciprocate, and then whatever information you give them, then they feed it to the upper. So yeah, there's a thin line between having that bond with your manager and the team leaders, and just be careful of the kind of also when it comes to HR not being neutral. I think I've spoke about this before with regards to the salaries and things like that. When HR is not neutral and fair, that is a sign of a toxic company. You have to leave, because at the end of the day, why do you want to stay in a place whereby these people are not here to serve you, they're only there to serve themselves and the upper management level people? So that for me is toxic. I cannot grow in a space like that. Okay, a company that does not provide training for me, red flag. Red flag. That is a toxic company, because what happens is that you are literally going to be thrown into the deep end, and then when there's certain things that you're unable to figure out and do, then they will throw it in your face as if you don't know what you're doing. They will act all wishy-washy and weird, and that kills your self-esteem, and then you start doubting yourself. That's toxic, because you're not growing within your role. Instead, now you start doubting yourself. Now you think you cannot do a certain task because basically there's no training, nobody showed you the ropes. It's just like get in there and figure it out. When you get to a space and you're new, and the training is not adequate and it's limited, and you have to constantly ask. And I mean, some people don't have that bone, they can be trainers. So when you're constantly asking, it feels like you're bothering them, or it feels like you don't know what you're doing. Where at the same time, it's like, but I never got any training. So how do you expect me to know these things if you've never trained them to me? If you've never trained me about those specific things that are required of me. So now you have to ask every single thing, and it really is frustrating, and that affects productivity. And that's toxic, because those are the things that after a while they build up and build up and build up in you, and eventually those are the things that will then make you leave, even though you didn't want to, because it's like, why am I even here? Because now you start feeling undervalued, and you start feeling like you're not going to value yourself as well, because now what are we doing here? So those are some of the things that I feel like were my red flags when I was working at these companies. And for me, my integrity doesn't allow, Also, when the company preaches integrity, because a lot of companies in their visions, they be like mission, their vision statements and their mission statements, integrity this, integrity that. And when a company does not have integrity with in-house, you know, but out there they portray themselves in a certain way. But when you within there and you see all of that, I mean, it doesn't align with me. I am unable to align myself with a brand or a company that lacks integrity, because if you are able to do that in your own house, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, this is your house and you don't practice what you preach. Who am I? Who am I? So those are the things that I feel that would be some, or have been actually some of the things that have made me leave and resign from certain companies, because I was like, this is not for me, it's not aligning with me. I am not happy here. And trust me, I stay, you know, I give a company at least a year, minimum 9 months, but I give a company a year to kind of feel, because I mean, after a month you can kind of see it's okay, but you're like, let me give them a chance. I'm that kind of person. I will give chances. I give chances. But once I can't give chances anymore, I'm out. And when I'm out, I'm out. Trust me. So yeah, that's that on corporate conversations for now. All right. And then today's okay, let me start with trending news, right? On trending news, apparently, guys, there was a video that was leaked out. And it was for a tender, ne? A tender, ikishiwe for driver's license card printing machine. So driver's license card printing machines. There's a tender epumile for that. And bid evaluation committee members were seen being wined and dined in Europe, you know, by bidders. These are potential now people who would possibly win, who are applying to win for this tender. Guys, I've worked, right, in the bidding industry. And let me tell you, it is insane to me that these people actually, like the person who took the video, recorded it and posted it, is Slim Ngempela. There's corruption, which is crazy. It's insane, the level of corruption. Because wow, people that are truly deserving, they don't receive, but because of all these mafias that are there. And it's quite sad to see, you know, when you're in that space and you see what's happening. Thank God that I was not in because other industries are actually harsher than others, you know, and yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, so now they're saying, the Department of Transport Minister needs to overturn, because what the hell is going on? Why are these people? Because that's bribery, broad daylight bribery, right in front of our eyes. Like, how stupid could you be to post a video? Obviously somebody's going to recognize it and do something and say something about it. I was watching a TikTok yesterday. There's actually this guy who podcasts. So it's like a short podcast, and he was saying, Guti, in 2023, he was kidnapped after winning a tender. He was kidnapped for 4 days, forced to transfer all the money that he won to these people. They tortured him. He says his back is scarred from the beatings that he got from those people. And luckily, thank God that they didn't kill him, because imagine if for what? You know, he won that tender fair and square probably, because those people, and you know what the sad part is, that they found the company name, everything by Tulile Yake, who leaked that information, because that information is confidential. It's obviously the bid committee members. So the corruption is within the system. So that's that part, guys. That's the saddest part about it, because the people that are supposed to be doing things the right way with integrity are the very same people that are corrupt and using the system and using their powers to abuse, manipulate, and just leech off of hardworking people's money that they deserve, you know, people that would actually do the actual work that is required of them. But Sizotin, if our very own government is doing corruption, then people are going to feel like, ah, nami ngizoyenza anyway, because I mean, the mind works in a very crazy way. You know, mabona umuntu ayenza into wrong, you're like, ah, usibani must now uyayenza, so nami ngizoyenza, which is absolutely absurd. So what happened to integrity, sana lwam? Woo! It's actually quite sad. It's sad. So yeah, that's that on trending news for today. I want to jump into gossip topic. This one is funny because apparently what happened is the area manager, guys. So the area manager of Sheet Street. Sheet Street is a store that sells like home stuff, your sheets, your glasses, your everything nice to make your house look cute. So the area manager apparently has been warning the employees about having long nails at work, and clearly their employees were ignoring because Abigail had the acrylics and they were longer, and which I understand partly. The manager would okay why, you know, but at the same time it's like, okay, what do you guys actually think about it? Because it's Sheet Street. I don't know the rules of retail because I've never worked in retail before, because I know when you work like at a kitchen, or you work like when you work at a restaurant, or you work like at a salon, like there's certain places where vele amazipho amade, long nails will not fly in certain spaces and industries. So I'm kind of wondering, Guti, what is it that would hinder them, you know, when they have long nails? Does it affect their work when it comes to packing or operating the till? I'm trying to understand, because they're not working with food, they're working with products. Is she worried that they're gonna scratch angazi, like maybe they're gonna rip off the plastics, make mistake or scratch the plastics? Kuma pillowcase, I understand what the issue is, you know. So I'm kind of 50-50 with this one. So this area manager literally made them cut their nails, cut each other's nails, these two ladies. Imagine the acrylic by and those nails still look good, guys. There's a whole video. So they had to cut each other, and there's a video taken, because we live in times whereby if you don't record it, it never happened. So you better record. So they recorded it. They recorded them, which also that is crazy, because that's also unhygienic. So Sisiwe, why didn't you just? But apparently she was fed up. So she was like, "You're gonna cut them right now. You know, you're gonna cut them right now." And now I think all of my streets was a check out. But yeah, guys, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, sizawuthini sana lwayne, sizawuthini. Right, and then we have smarter tips. On smarter tips, I'm coming. I forgot to bring it. Alrighty, I'm back. So with regards to smarter tips today, guys, if you want to hydrate skin, if you want like hydrated skin, and you don't want to break the bank, I will highly recommend face sheet masks. Face sheet masks, guys. I'm saying if you don't want to break the bank, because when you get them like at certain shops, like your Panda stores, Itorolezi is the same mall, you know, those shops that sell like accessories, go to those stores. Don't go to the regular pharmaceutical stores, those big ones that we know and love so dearly. Don't go there, because but when you go to these smaller stores, you can get these face sheets for as little as 5 rands. 5 rand. I'm a 1 rand 5 for as little as that. So make sure that you invest in these, guys. I love on these for my skin. My skin thrives because of these. I've been using face sheet masks for years and years and years, and I highly recommend them. They're very good. They're very hydrating. They make your skin look good, feel good. It just feels good. But make sure that when you use a face sheet mask, you don't just put it on your face and like don't wake up in the morning and put it on. You literally have to wash your face and moisturize your face before you put them on, because what happens is that when you put it on its own, eventually it just dries your skin, because it's water based. I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's water based, whatever, but yeah, it's got liquid. So what happens is that when you put it on its own on your face, then what happens is that eventually after it absorbs into your skin, then it just dries up. My face is moisturized right now. I did my skincare routine. My face is moisturized. Then I can put this on, and then it thrives. It works wonders when you do that. So that's my recommendation on Smartata tips for today. Yeah, and then an interesting one that I want to dive into would be content creation insight. So on content creation insight today, I want to talk about copying culture, mimicking your favorite creators. I want to talk about that. So yet again, I was watching a video, and basically they were showing one content creator doing one thing, and then that other one doing a similar thing to that content creator. But the scary part about that video is that it was not only into one that this person was copying. So every single thing that this lady did, that other lady literally did the same thing. For example, this lady started, she did her teeth, right? Yeah, I want to do my teeth, that other one, I go video, yeah, okay. Thinking of doing my teeth, I want to put vineyards, yeah, now, want to do teeth, okay, sure. And then on the other video, this lady is using like this digital camera and stuff. And then she's just talking about it. You can see, guys, on my Instagram, every picture that you see, this is the camera I use, And then the other lady, she's like, oh, I'm considering buying a digital camera. And then she shows us on the screen, right? The very same camera of the other lady, but in a different color. And then she also mentions, Zubuti, I want to start posting more on Instagram. Okay. And then the other lady's like, oh, I want to travel with family and Naloyana, same thing. You know, this lady did a TikTok with Umtanaik, a TikTok thingy with Umtanaik carrying the child. That other lady, the same TikTok, same music, same everything, guys. So I'm saying this because I want to get to the point of where do we draw the line where, yes, you know, mimicking, but there's a saying, man, what is flattery. Something about flattery. Copying somebody is flattering or whatever. Mimicking is a form of flattery. But something is a form of flattery. I just forgot the word, right? I get it. Ne? There's people that we look up to as creators. And you'll hear Vele look at your favorite creators and do what they're doing. It worked for them, that and the other. Yet we need to remember, everybody is an individual. And when people like you, they like you for you and what you bring. You know, it's okay, yes, to look up to certain people and be inspired by certain things that they do. But where do we draw the line of now literally doing every single thing that the person does? I think that is underlying jealousy. Because for me, I feel very uncomfortable if somebody, even in real life, like if somebody were to mimic every single thing that I do, I would start now feeling like this person wants to be me, you know? And I just thinking about myself as well, if I were to do that, like mimicking somebody else, in my head, what am I thinking? Because now I'm losing touch of who I am truly, trying to be somebody else and trying to live in somebody else's shoes that are not mine. I understand that some people mimic other people because especially in the social media space, is because of numbers, because there's certain things that you can do, and now some people have cracked the code of social media. They know what to do in order to get the numbers and the views, and the perception that high views means value is crazy, because there are some people that do have high views, but there's no value in the specific thing that they're doing at the end of the day. It's Yes, it can be for entertainment purposes, but at the end of the day is, did we learn something? Are you growing? Are you happy as a person doing that? Or you just doing it just for the sake of doing it? Because one thing is certain, when you do something that is not genuine to you, you're not going to be happy within yourself, and ultimately the goal is to be happy within yourself. You can make other people happy and entertained for that moment, but when you sleep at night, truly there's no growth within your spirit, because why? Whatever it is that you're doing is not genuine. Like, where do we draw the line of mimicking our favorite creators or our favorite people, our role models, people that we look up to? Where do we draw the line? I absolutely love watching other YouTubers and vloggers, and also I enjoy watching sit downs, but I can't come here and try and be somebody that I'm not. The best thing that I can be is myself, and the people that resonate with me will resonate, and that's just how life is, even in real reality that we live on a daily basis. Even when you're in school, when you go to school, you're not going to be friends with the whole school. There's people that you're going to align with, there's people that you're just not going to gel with. And with me, I didn't gel with other people because, not good say I didn't like them or whatever, but it's just, you're not aligned, and it's just abantu uyababona, uyabarespecta, but there's no relationship, and that is okay. And wanting to be the most popular and the most this and the most that, when you're not meant to be that, is just crazy, because being popular does not make you greater. Being less popular does not make you greater. Everybody is great within their own rights, within their own means. We are all great. We all have potential to do whatever it is that we seek and desire. When we were brought in this world as individuals, there is a certain path that we're all supposed to follow. The only thing we can do is spread love, be kind to ourselves and each other, motivate each other, push each other, and that's it. But I feel like I wouldn't want to be in somebody's shoes that they mimic, because now you have to change up your whole content because you feel like, this person is doing what I'm doing. There's no exclusivity in what I'm doing, because now this particular person is literally, and you can see it. That's the thing about it. When people mimic people, you can see it. But when people draw inspiration from people, you can tell it's, this person drew inspiration from this person, and this is why this looks like this. Mara, when you're now copying umuntu, no, I'm still trying to think of the saying, man. Flattery is what? Please put it down in the comment section. Something about flattery, something is a form of flattery, something like that, along those lines. Yeah. And then I want to jump into the next topic, which is our final topic, guys. That would be live chat. And today, live chat. So live chat is about, today's live chat topic is about decentering your children and your husband. And if you don't have children or husband, let's say your family, right? But you know what? Let me not say family, because I want this one to be specific actually. Decentering your children or your husband, or decentering your children and your husband. So there's this idea that we have in society that once you have kids and once you are married, that's who you are. That becomes your core identity. You're a mother, you're a wife, And I feel like that misconception is a misconception. Even if you feel like, yes, I am a mother and I love being a wife. I love That's good and well. Sorry about that, guys. That's good and well. Uti, you love being a wife, you love being a mother. No one can take that away from you. But for me, the issue comes in when you now throw away or give up on your dreams that you have had for yourself. Because before you were a mother, before you were a wife, there's certain dreams that you had in you. Growing up, everybody has dreams, everybody knows, and kind of, even if it's not like, because when I was in primary school, I always thought I was going to be an actor, an actress, an actor. I always thought I was going to be an actress. I don't know why that was planted in my head, but it's something that I aspired to be for some reason. I don't even know why, you know. So there's certain dreams that are planted in us as kids, that when somebody asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up, whatever that thing is, it's still a dream, you know. It shows Uguti there is something that you want to look forward to in the future. Not nobody says I want to be a mom, I want to be a wife as a dream. That's not a dream. I don't think being a wife and being a mom is a dream, to be quite honest with you. So when do we then now start taking our life back, you know, and telling ourselves, you know what, I am not just the mom, I am not just a wife, but I am Untlonipo Johanna. And this comes down to me changing my name on my socials, because it's a personal reason for myself. That's where I wanted to start off, because I want to be identified with my name that I don't use. My first name is actually Ntlonip Aksu Johanna. Johanna is my second name. The only reason why I use Johanna is because in primary school, you know the deal, they could not pronounce my first name. So it is only easier to use a Johanna at the end of the day. But Ntlonipo, you understand? And I'm looking at myself, I'm 35 years old, and I'm like, I don't want to perish from this world without people knowing my first name, you know. Yes, I'm a proud mom, you know, I'm proud to be a wife, but I'm also Ntlonipo Johanna. We know Uti kids are the center of this and that and that and that, because as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, it's easy for us to let go and put our needs in the back burner while making everybody else's needs come first, you know. And I am at a point in my life whereby it's very important for me to remember my dreams, realize them, so that when my kids look at me, they know that you can indeed have it all in life, and having it all can mean anything for you. Whatever you desire that to look like and be for you is exactly what it's going to be. So having it all could be within that career path that you want to take, because whatever dreams we have, sometimes the way we envision them is not how God portrays them to us. For example, I can say that I want to be a presenter, right? And then in my head I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'll be a presenter on TV, everybody's gonna see me, and this and that and the other. But God's plan for me could be different. Maybe I can be a presenter in the corporate space. Maybe there would be maybe, for an example, at a bank they have what do they call it, maybe they have their own channel and I present Lapo. That is still me fulfilling my purpose. So I think it's very important that as women specifically, the dreams that we have, let's not mainstream them to what we think and believe they are to be. They can be anything, especially now in this time of technology age. We are able to do anything that we want to be. If you're somebody who wants to be a talk show host, now YouTube guys, you can use the opportunity. Even if you don't have a mic, it's still okay. you know, you don't have the sound, you don't have the correct lighting, it's still fine. I'm using my Samsung right now to record this. There's no lighting other than the natural light that I have. I'm literally sitting on my floor currently doing this that I'm doing. So create your own TV show on YouTube, you know, and don't overthink it, thinking, oh, you want to do this for views, or that, other. Practice. Do the thing that you want to do. Do your research, and whatever it is that you want to talk about it. You never know. One day, you know, you could have a guest. You know, start with whatever it is that you have around you. Make that work for you, because the talent is there. When you have the talent, then make the environment work for your talent, because the talent is already there. I don't care if you think your house is not nice, it's in its whatever. And when I do those things, thinking that the things that you have are not nice because people put specific houses on social media, and now you think, oh my gosh, that looks better than mine. That's where you live, that's where you sit, that's where you eat. Appreciate what you have, use what you have to elevate yourself to the next level that you want to go into. Don't cry about certain things because now you can't do this, you can't do that. But it's very important, guys, that we remove, for me, it's very important for me to remove myself, right, from not aligning with my dreams, because I'm thinking it's, oh, I've got a family, I've got kids, now I must think about school, lunch boxes, da, 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 da. There's 24 hours in a day. There's a lot that you can do, even when you do work a 9 to 5. For your passions, you can squeeze it in. Guys, the technology, man, just say you know, all you need to do is just tell yourself, oh, this is what I want to do. Ask people that have done it before for advice, so that you know when to start, you know. Associate yourself with people that you can see with my vision, my ideas, and when you tell them your dreams and your ideas, they're not going to shut you off, you know, and make you feel like, you're dreaming too big, girl. That's impossible. Everything is possible. God created us. He's the only one that can take us away from everything. So I think it's very important that we remember to remain ourselves and grow. You know, use your motherhood as an experience. Use your role as a wife as life experiences that you can help other people as well, you know. But do not sit in one position, because your mind keeps on telling you, I can't do that because I'm a mom. I can't do that because I'm 40. I can't do that because my friends are going to judge me. But if your friends judge you, those are not your friends. If your partner judges you, that's not your partner. You know, your kids will always be happy for you to do whatever that makes you happy. When you're happy, your kids will be happy regardless of what you do. Every time I create a video for social media, because now I'm back in it again, and I'm back to doing, creating videos for my pages and for and products and whatever. I show my kids, you know, and they're always so fascinated with how, mom, you did that, and they're happy. And when they see me happy, they become happy as well. So put yourself in a position whereby, yes, you know you're a mom. That will always be that. Yes, you know you're a husband, you're a wife, you're a girlfriend, you have a partner, but don't let that be the center of your life. Your life should not revolve around that only, even if you feel like that's what makes you happy and that's your core. Because at the end of the day, when time goes on, yes, you chose that for yourself, but there's a level of resentment that will come the older you get, because then you're going to realize that, oh my gosh, time is going, and I actually still have that dream, I actually still have that passion for the thing. And then you're going to look at your life and like, oh, I mothered so hard, I wifed so hard, that I thought that this is what makes me happy. But actually, now that I'm 50 years old, I'm realizing that, oh, I should have started that dream at 40, you know. It's never too late to start. Even at 50 you can start it, but the sooner you change your mindset, the better, because it means you have more time to do it. Yes, we don't know up until when, but very important that once you know that you have this dream that you want to push, decenter everything else. Yes, that you know, it's like a speech bubble. not a speech bubble, it's like a baby son. Oh guys, you know, it's like a mind map. It's like a mind map. In the middle, you know, you put yourself in the middle, you know, Nhlonipho Johanna. I don't want to even put a surname because I don't even want to align myself with being a wife or using my family surname, because also using my family surname, I'm now also centering my family. So I'm using my names, ne? Nhlonipho Johanna, right? Let me just draw it here so that it makes more sense. So let's do this, right? We're drawing a mind map, okay? So it's in Nhlonipho. This is me, right? This is me, Nhlonipho. And then out of me, it's children, right? Is husband, is work, is passions, it's fun, it's friends, it's family, it's everything, you know. So you're versatile. There's a lot of things that can come out of you. So imagine there's so much space out there, and then when you just want to do two things, you want to be a partner and a mother, pair, or you just want to be a family person in terms of you always centering your family around everything. Yonke into mayenza ifamily yami, ifamily yami. What about your dreams? What about your dreams? You know, because when you pursue the things that you want to pursue, everything else will obviously fall into place. So yeah, let's not make like certain things our core identity, especially when it comes to being a mother and being a wife specifically, guys, because it's so easy to lose yourself and your dreams. And let me tell you this, if you have an unsupportive partner, you need to reconsider. You need to reconsider, because you don't want to live your life with somebody who does not see the visions that you see in life. So very important that you make sure you at least align, you know. The person does not have to be like, if you're a content creator, they don't have to be like at every event that you go to, but they at least show some sort of support, you know. Okay, let's wrap it up. Last but not least, that's all, guys, for eLife Chats. Last but not least, we are going to do a quote of the day, and today's quote is ne? Today is a new day. Even if you were wrong yesterday, you can get it right today. Today is a new day. Even if you were wrong yesterday, you can get it right today. All right, so, and that is all for today. Anything? Like what? Johanna can talk. Guys, let me be out. Thank you so much for watching and staying tuned. If you reached the end, I appreciate you so much. I love you so much, and I will see you guys on the next episode. I love you. Bye. I'm closing it off with an old jam. Okay, so let's listen to the jam, guys. Bye.